fine vessel, Chocolat. It's just anchored off the island of Flores.
Yeah, not only Sunday Island, south.
There's a hell of a bloody lot of turtle egg nests here. They drag themselves up the beach, and for some reason this particular spot is very, very popular. All in front of me and behind me, probably nearly 200 metres all up, there would be, oh goodness me, a couple of hundred nests here. We've landed on another beach on Flores Island, around the opposite side of the island, and we are going to deliver a postcard. Here's my postcard, and we're heading towards a post box which has been here for a very, very long time. It's actually been replaced a couple of times, so it's not the original one, but the whole the thinking and methodology behind it remains the same. So we leave these postcards in here addressed to us without a stamp, and the idea is that someone who actually lives near you comes along and picks up the postcard, your postcard, and agrees to deliver it to you at your home at some point down the road. So that's what we're doing. So here we are at Post Office Bay. This is the post box, or a replica thereof, that's been used for a very, very long time to leave mail. I went through about 300 postcards hoping to find one in Western Australia, and there was not one. There were none, and only about 3 from Australia, and all of those were Sydney and Queensland. These are the remains of a couple of feral goats. They've all been shot out of this island now. Here on Santa Cruz Island, the iguanas are very much bigger than anything we've seen so far. And this is probably a female.
Beautiful. And the light is just on his head, so you can see everything.
Beautiful San Cristobal Island. I'm on Santiago Island, and this is a lava field created in 1979. What's that, 36 years ago, 37 years ago. This lava flowed about 12 kilometres from the source, and I'll show you in a minute all the ripples. You can see where it was still liquid when it arrived here at the ocean. You can clearly see the ripples of what was molten lava as it was cooling. The rock's actually very brittle, cracks very easily. This must have been one hell of a sight 36 years ago when it was actually red molten flowing rock. This is Genovesa Island up on the north east corner of the Galapagos. It's quite isolated by comparison to some of the other islands. This island is one of the few in the Galapagos that does not have introduced species, so it's exactly the same as it was hundreds of years ago before white people came to the Galapagos. Yesterday we actually saw feral goats and we saw quite a few donkey droppings. They're trying to eradicate them, but there's obviously still some there. Many of the birds where we are here are the Nazca boobies. They nest in trees and there's a hell of a lot of them. One of the great things about being here is you can get so close to the wildlife. They just have no fear. It's great. The Nazca boobies nest in trees, and this guy, I think he's waiting for mum to bring back a feed. With the boobies, there are 2 eggs per nest. Apparently that's always the case. And as one bird grows bigger and stronger than the other, it's demanding more food. After a while, the bigger, stronger bird simply pushes the smaller, weaker one out of the nest. And I suppose that's nature's way of maintaining the genetically stronger bird. By our standards, it's very cruel, of course, but that's how things evolved here. And the smaller bird, and we've seen many of them, they just starve to death and die of exposure underneath the nest.
Oh, what's that? Yeah. Yeah, I don't think so.
As mentioned before, this island has no introduced species. It's exactly the same as it was hundreds, probably thousands of years ago. And the cactus on this particular island, although they're the same plant, basically the same plant, they've evolved in such a way that the prickles, needles, are very, very soft and hair-like, because they didn't need to evolve as a protection mechanism, because there's no birds here that eat them, or iguanas. And this is, I think, a big part of what the Galapagos is all about. It's observing all the different evolutionary changes on different islands, and it's really fascinating, very interesting.